It seems that nowadays all it takes is for some YouTuber or other influencer to make a little bit of extra cash, and all of a sudden they're all clamoring for the next big sports car, or if they're even luckier, for a luxury yacht. Even actual rich people like six-figure salary bankers only really splurge on first-class airplane seats or the occasional cruise ship. But before all of these were the default ways to travel in luxury, there was one other way of transportation that showed off just how much you could spend. We're talking about the #1 high-class means of transport throughout history, the luxury train. While nowadays many people think that trains are a thing of the past, the fact of the matter is that that couldn't be further from the truth. More specifically, luxury trains are still some of the most exclusive, fun and classy ways to spend a vacation. Let's face it, who doesn't want to be in a hotel with wheels, with the service of a first-class plane, the space and comfort of a cruise, the privacy of a personal yacht, and the views that you can only enjoy through car windows on scenic roads? If all of that sounds good, how about we tell you about a train that excels at all of those things, that's right now the only 7-star train, or any other public transport, on the planet. Today we're going to be talking about the 7 Stars Kyushu Experience, traveling through the Japanese highlands in what is one of the greatest of a dying form of travel. So let's get into it. Trains are still regularly used by millions of people all over the world, but Japan has one of the most advanced and high-tech train networks in the world, with trains that travel faster than almost anywhere on the planet. But the Kyushu train is not one of the most modern ones. In fact, with the way it's been built, most people would be hard-pressed to find a difference between this and the old European trains of the so-called golden era of rail travel, like the world-famous Orient Express. That being said, it's also one of the most advanced of today's luxury trains, with features and tech utilized from Japan's century-long experience with trains. Now, let's talk about the details. The origins. As previously mentioned, Japan is a country of trains, and one of the major railway architects was legendary Japanese industrial designer Eiji Mitsuoka, who built everything from regular passenger trains to high-speed maglev models. By far his most ambitious project was when he decided that he wanted to make a train that took advantage of Japan's Kyushu region's beautiful scenery and tourism appeal. He created one of Japan's and the world's finest, most luxurious trains. All in all, the company that made the train, Japan Kyushu Railway Co. Limited, invested a massive 3 billion yen, the equivalent of $500 million, to build and launch the ultra-luxury sleeper train in 2013. And since then, it's been a paragon of high-class luxury, supreme craftsmanship, and showcases the natural scenic beauty of the region. The train is called the 7 Stars for several reasons. First, it has 7 cars. Then there are 7 prefectures in the Kyushu region that the train travels through. And thirdly, the train is classy enough to be rated 7 stars by any and all standards. Now, with the basics of the train covered, let's take a look at the actual rail journey, as well as the region it travels through. The area. As we mentioned, the train is predominantly a sightseeing affair, and because of that, it doesn't really transport you anywhere. In fact, unlike the aforementioned Orient Express and other luxury trains around the world, the Kyushu 7 Stars doesn't even run between 2 destinations. Instead, it basically performs a circular loop on most trips. As for the exact route the train travels on, it's the famously beautiful road through Kyushu's 7 counties that's been the destination of many luxury trains since the late 80s. This region, closest to the continental mainland and bordering the Japanese-Chinese Sea, is famous for its natural beauty and is home to volcanic peaks, beaches, and the ancient cities of Fukuoka and Nagasaki. All in all, the 7 counties or prefectures of the Kyushu region are visited in order: Fukuoka, Nagasaki, Saga, Kumamoto, Oita, Miyazaki, and Kagoshima. They are the focal point of this journey, from Kyushu-only sightseeing experiences from natural scenery and characteristic hot springs to food culture, history, customs, and local arts. By the way, If you want to discover how to make a full-time income from YouTube without showing your face or without even recording any videos, check out our free YouTube training in the description. The training will be free only for a limited time, and there are only a few spots left, so don't miss out. The Train. As previously mentioned, the Train is the brainchild of the legendary designer Eiji Mitsuoka, and for this project, he combined both traditional Japanese motifs to pay homage to the region that the Train showcases, and Western design elements in reference to the origins of the not-so-humble luxury train. The designs incorporate characteristics like rich wood paneling, luxurious fabrics, and beautifully carved screens throughout, including the Train's 2 deluxe suites, each of which has a unique design and can accommodate 3 guests. There's also a dinner car known as the Jupiter car, which is built with the express purpose of serving fresh, seasonal food, while the other special car, the Blue Moon, serves as the lounge car, featuring both a 5-star bar, serving everything from fruity cocktails to single malts, and which is also the location of the Train's special bay window, providing some of the most gorgeous panoramic views of the landscape ahead. Accommodation. We mentioned that there are 7 cars, and of those the first 2 are the lounge and the dining cars respectively. That leaves cars 3 through 7, all of which serve as sleepers. These are divided into 2 further categories. 3, 4, 5 and 6 all have 3 cabins each, featuring a blend of Japanese and Western design and having shower and toilet facilities. And car number 7, the most special car on the train, labeled as the Deluxe Sleeper, which includes 2 deluxe suites and a kitchen. The crew cabins are located at the end of the train. All passengers get a choice between these 12 standard suites or one of 2 deluxe suites. But don't think that just because they're called standard they are anything but incredible. Just to give you some idea of how exquisite the experience is, each suite features a 5-star sleeping area, a sitting area with a desk, and a private bathroom consisting of a shower and toilet facilities. And because it's Japan, there's also ample arrangement for differently abled people who are allocated suites nearest the dining and lounge cars, with dedicated support for reduced mobility with full wheelchair access. As for the space in the deluxe suites, they're designed to accommodate up to 3 persons each and feature a larger sleeping area, a dedicated lounge, and a private bathroom. More impressively, they're also situated at the end of the car, with the better of the deluxe suites, Deluxe Suite A, having the additional advantage of a rear window across the width of the train car. If all of that wasn't enough, the Jupiter dining car has a Michelin star team that prides itself on outstanding service, not to mention exceptional cuisine. Everything is worthy of a 5-star restaurant, from the entrees, which reflect the nature and culture of the island of Kyushu, with ingredients sourced from its countryside and the sea, to the complimentary snacks and bento boxes, which are made from the finest ingredients possible. Lastly, the Blue Moon lounge car has 24-hour attended bar service, and in proper classic train fashion, daytime sightseeing is complemented by a grand piano, and the evenings feature live musical entertainment. Now, that all sounds well and good, but exactly how much does the world's only 7-star train cost? The cost. There are currently 2 trip itineraries, a shorter one lasting 2 days and a longer one lasting 4 days, both of which loop back to Hakata Station in Fukuoka. The 2-day trip only makes 3 stops on its journey and provides sightseeing trips on dedicated coaches to Mount Aso, Japan's largest active volcano, as well as a night tour of Nagasaki, and finally a stop for sightseeing at Yufuin, where you can see the art of making traditional Arita porcelain and learn about the 400-year history of pottery from the region. The cost of this trip at the time of the recording of this video is around 300,000 yen, or approximately $2,550, not per cabin, but per passenger. For a little over twice that, at 630,000 yen, or about $5,400, you can upgrade to the 4-day journey, which makes 9 stops on its journey and takes you to hot springs, natural volcanoes, and includes a sea voyage by ferry, as well as sightseeing in Yufin, Mimitsu, and Miyazaki, and 5-star accommodation at a hot spring in Kirishima. getting on the train. The Kyushu 7 Star is part of the JR railway system, which is prevalent throughout Japan, and even has other pretty expensive and luxurious sleeper trains at various fixed points throughout the country. But even amongst all of those, the Kyushu journey stands separate, which is why it cannot be boarded by anyone by simply buying a JR ticket or with an All Japan JR pass. In fact, the train also has a strict code, with it only being available for passengers of middle school age and up, with no young children or unattended teenagers allowed. The environment is so exclusive that the passengers are required to conform to a strict dress code in public spaces, with no jeans, shorts or slippers allowed outside the private cabins. However, to get on the train, you don't just have to be rich enough to afford it, but you also have to have luck on your side, because there's a lottery to select passengers, which takes place months before an actual trip. That sums up the 7 stars in Kyushu experience, something that's exclusive, immersive, and the symbol of a golden bygone era. We hope you enjoyed watching today's video, and if you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more.